if there was a big spider on the wall over there and I go and push you towards it, the first thing you're going to do is push more away. When you're not knowing what to do in your body, of course, you go into the defense protection mode. And that's what we saw in the first round with Rose. He sort of came towards the sun line. He started to be a little bit unsure in his body. Then you get the trigger of the tightness in the neck. That goes through into the shoulders, down into the feet. The hind legs start to lock up, and then he starts to push immediately away and turn around. And you get this bad sequence of events. So from the beginning, we think then about being able to teach the horse how to control his feet. So when he doesn't know where to put his feet to be in control, of course, he's either going to stop or the feet are going to go completely in the other direction as fast as possible. We teach them in that moment what is the thing that they can do with their feet to stay in control of themselves. So of course, in the beginning, when Rose came towards that sun line, he was wanting to put the right hind in the ground and gets tense on it, brace on it and push away. Immediately we want to teach him to relax that leg, put the leg underneath himself to give himself stability and to be able to trigger that relaxation, that softness back in his body. So he goes out of the tension into the relaxation. So in the moment where he's unsure, he can feel immediately a position or an order of movement in his body of control. So he feels no longer out of control and he needs to defend or run away from the situation, but he starts to feel control. Of course, the worst thing you can do in any situation where there is pressure is to give more pressure. I try to think of it as if there was a big spider on the wall over there and I go and push you towards it, the first thing you're going to do is push more away. So of course, if there's something spooky in the corner and we turn them away and put more pressure on, then the first thing the horse is going to want to do, he can't see the thing anymore, it becomes more pressure. When you put the leg on, there is more pressure, so the horse wants to go away more. Sometimes you can get away with that, where if it's a horse that's a little bit bluffing and you can manage to keep him there. But the best thing to do is to be able to lead your horse to something. So I try to feel that if my horse is going a little bit away, especially with young horses that are at the show maybe for the first time, and they're seeing something on the wall, rather than push them towards it, I try to lead them towards it with the front end. So again, thinking about the spider on the wall, if I push you towards it, it's more scary, you want to push more away. But if I take your hand and lead you to it, you're more willing to go, oh, maybe I'll try. Or more, what can you do for yourself when you feel that you are reacting also at the moment when your horse is spooking? And what I try to do with my riders, because of course if your horse is a little bit nervous or is prone to spooking and your reaction and even your anticipation to that spook is creating tension in your body, then it will definitely be creating tension and anticipation in your horse's body. So what I try to do with my riders is I create a situation where we make up a scary corner, and when you come to that scary corner, even though your horse hasn't spooked, I give the order. You can also do it yourself. You're riding towards a corner, you give the order, oh, my horse is spooked, and you go into the action phase, so taking positive action in knowing what it is you have to do. So for instance, a horse is coming on the left rein into the corner, you imagine that they see something, you tell yourself, oh, my horse is spooked, and then you go through the motions of what you might do in that situation. So it's like a simulation. It's like a fake fire alarm where everybody does a drill and they know when they hear the drill they're going to run outside the building, meet at this place. So when you're doing that, what you're creating in your mind is knowing what action you need to take in that moment because you've pre-prepared yourself. So coming down the long side, picking the spot, thinking, okay, I imagine my horse spooks at this corner. wants to shy away to the left, I pick up my right rein, I'm going to look at my right hind leg, feel what that's like, feel what it's like to gain control of the situation. And then what happens unconsciously, you start to feel confident in knowing what it is you're going to do when your horse spooks.